Hello, Daniela. How are you?
Hi, teacher. I am better.
Yes,
You?
you are better. That's good news.
Yes.
You sound better.
Yeah, it's better my voice.
Yes. So what happened? Tell me. Did you go to the doctor? Did you
Mm,
just rested? What was exactly that you had? It was just a flu.
mm, I can be honest. I don't know really because I thought that maybe it was COVID.
Okay.
um, Maybe it was, but now I am better because the last week it was very bad the situation.
Really?
But now I am fine.
Okay,
Mhm.
but you were sick for a week.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, I mean, you still not well. That I mean, completely. But um,
Hmm.
did your body hurt? Like you had like
Hmm.
body ache?
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
yes, 2 days it was horrible. I can't smell and
oh.
the taste
Well,
of food. Yeah.
okay. Well, when you get COVID, I mean, necessarily you don't smell. I mean, when you get the flu, also,
Hmm.
you know, can't smell that well, you know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Really, I don't know. I think so, but I don't know. Now I am fine. I am better, but I
That's
don't
good.
know
Yes.
tomorrow.
No,
So,
that's good news.
hmm. Hmm.
And I'm really happy that you are uh, better. You still need
Hmm.
to recover completely. A lot of vitamin C, and rest, a lot of sleep. That's the
Yeah,
key.
yeah. Thank you for asking.
Yes, I mean, I understand. I used to live in I mentioned this before. I was living in Canada, and it was
Hmm.
a place very far away, far, far away. And
Hmm.
and I know what it is to be alone. Uh, I mean, there's people around, but it's not the same. You're not home, It's not the same. I
It's true.
mean,
It's true. Hmm.
yes, and I know how it is sometimes. But anyways, that's good news. Let's keep up the good work so that you
Yeah.
can
Uh-huh.
keep getting better, okay? And
Yeah.
I know that I promised you to give you the course ID. I haven't done it, but I will after class for sure today so that you can start working. And also, I didn't do it because I wanted to rest, because I knew if I give you the work, you would work on it and just. So I said,
Hmm.
well, I'm gonna wait. So,
Hmm.
I
Okay.
guess today is a good day.
Okay. Yes.
Right? Today is a good day, so we can do that. But before I release all the assignments, let's talk a little bit about what we have done so far. So we started unit 9, and I'm sorry, module 9, and we started the first unit. We watched some videos, we did some vocabulary exercises, some speaking, some reading. Today, always, we talk about, as a second part of the unit, we jump into the grammar section. So are you ready?
Hmm. Yes.
Okay, so yes, let's get deeper into these grammar um, conjugations, if we want to call it, scenarios.
Hmm.
So far we have spoken about the simple present, simple past,
Hmm.
past, present perfect, and there's much more. But today we're going to talk about the past continuous, and I know we have spoken about it, but using when, with when. In this example, past continuous with when, an example, I was thinking about today's lesson when you logged. Okay, so that means you were doing something in the past at some point up to a certain time, and then you logged in or something happened. So we're going to discuss this. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so number one.
We use the past continuous with when to talk about an activity that was already in progress when something else happened. Notice that we use the simple past after when.
I was getting ready to leave when you arrived.
This means that the receptionist started getting ready before the visitor arrived.
Okay. So this is actually very simple, and this graph helps us to understand exactly what's going on. So I was getting ready to leave when you arrived. So you arrived here and I was getting ready here from the past until now. Okay.
Mhm.
But you arrived and I was still getting ready. Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
All right. So any questions about the first example?
No.
Okay. Number two.
The time clause, the part of the sentence with when, can come at the beginning or end of the sentence. When the time clause comes at the beginning of the sentence, we need a comma after the time clause. When you arrived, I was getting ready to leave. When the time clause comes at the end of the sentence, there is no comma.
I was getting ready to leave when you arrived.
Notice that the meaning doesn't change when you change the order of the two parts of the sentence. The two sentences both mean that the receptionist started getting ready to leave before the visitor arrived.
Okay. So we have spoken about this in the past, very briefly, but we have. So when we use when in the beginning, so you are using when, which is your connector to start the sentence or the statement, but you need to somehow connect your clause. But in this case, you will have to use a comma not to cause any confusion and do that stop or that pause. Okay, but if you start a statement with your pronoun, in this case, I was getting ready to leave when you arrived. When you use when as a connector, it's helping you to connect. So you don't need a comma.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Remember the time clause, the part of the sentence with when. This is your time clause right here. This is what it is. Can come at the beginning or at the end. Remember, when it's at the beginning, you need to use a comma. When it's at the end, you don't need it because when is helping you to connect your time clause. Okay, so number three, are you ready?
Yes.
Notice the difference in meaning between these two sentences. When the phone rang, the receptionist was leaving. This means that first the receptionist started to leave and then the phone rang. We use the past continuous to show that one action was already in progress when the other action happened.
When the phone rang, the receptionist left.
This means that first the phone rang and then the receptionist left. We use the simple past in both clauses to show that one action happened after the other action.
Okay, any questions?
Mhm. No.
No?
No.
Okay, and that's it. Actually, it was very, very easy.
Mhm.
And remember, was leaving, past continuous, left, simple past.
Mhm.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do some work. Everything comes clear when we do work. Give me just a second. Okay, past continuous with when. Read each sentence, choose the correct answer that means the same thing as the sentence. So number one.
When the light changed, Nick was crossing the street. The light changed and Nick crossed the street.
Okay. Number two.
Okay. When the light changed, Nick crossed the street. The second one,
Second one. Okay.
I think so. She was wearing glasses when we met her. She put the glasses on after we met.
After we met.
No. Wait.
Okay.
She has glasses. No.
Okay. This one.
No, I am reading.
Okay. Okay.
Sentence.
Okay.
Yes, the first one is okay. Talia was working on the report when...
The first one.
Yeah.
She was wearing glasses when we met her. So you arrived and met her, but she was already wearing glasses. So she had the glasses on before we met.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
the second one. Yeah.
4.
When the teacher arrived, Amy asked a question. No. Oh, sorry, I am in the correct. Talia was working on the report when Amy entered the office.
The office. Okay.
Wait. Talia began the report before Amy came in. Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah.
5.
When the teacher arrived, Amy asked a question. The teacher arrived, then Amy asked a question. Yeah, the first one.
Okay.
I was talking to the receptionist when the phone rang. I started talking to the receptionist, then the phone rang. The second
one. Okay, 7.
John was eating breakfast when he heard the news. Sean started to eat breakfast, then he heard the news.
Okay. John started to eat breakfast, then he heard the news.
Yeah. When Nick heard his uncle, he was running. The first one. First Nick started to run, then he heard his uncle. Yeah.
And are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's try this. Okay, so let's see.
Mhm.
When the light changed, Nick was crossing the street. Okay, so the light changed, Nick crossed the street. No, Nick had started walking and then boom, light changed. Okay,
Mhm.
let's look at it this way. Nick crossed the street, then the light changed. You see how the words are,
Mhm.
you can play with them?
Mhm.
When the light changed, Nick crossed the street. Okay, this is different. When the light changed, now this one, the light changed, Nick crossed the street. So the first one. Okay, and that's it. The other ones, you did good. Tricky, 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 right?
Mhm.
Don't forget to take a picture.
I didn't take a picture.
Okay.
No. Yes.
Now, let's go into the next exercise. Give me just a second. Okay, this one will be a little bit more challenging, okay? So let's see, past continuous with when number 2. So complete each sentence, type the correct form of the verb in parentheses into the blank, okay?
Mhm.
So,
Mm,
the correct form is
Talia.
past continuous or simple past, right?
Uh-huh. Talia work. Talia was working when Amy got to the office.
Okay.
When she was seen,
When she was seen, Talia,
Talia, she said hello. Yeah. They stopped stopped um,
stopped.
stopped talking when Tony was entering the room.
The room.
When the room when the file arrived, Tony was listening to it.
Okay, so remember, the file arrived, so Tony listened to the file before it arrived or after it arrived.
After.
So what
So
would be the correct one?
mm, so when the file was arriving,
No,
no, I
it
don't know.
could be one, it could be something happening and then something that happened in between, or it could be you complete one and then you start the other one.
Mm,
I mean, both can be simple past.
oh,
That's what I mean. When the file arrived, Tony listened
okay, to it. Okay.
because
Mm-hmm.
Tony cannot listen to the file until he has it in his hands or he can play it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you use the past continuous, that means that Tony was listening to the file and then the file arrived and then he continued listening to it. So that wouldn't make sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Nick was running when he fell.
Fail.
Fell. Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm. When he fall, he fell, he injured his
Mhm.
ankle.
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 Okay.
Nick and Jakey were having lunch when Jackie offered him a deal.
Okay.
When Jackie made the offer, no. Yes, when Jackie made the offer, Nick was saying yes.
Okay.
Saying yeah, I think so.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 13 out of 15. That's pretty good. So let's see. Okay. When she was seeing Talia, she said hello. In this case, when she saw Talia, so first she saw Talia and then she said
Mhm,
hello. Okay.
mhm. Okay.
They stopped talking when Tony entered the room. So
Okay.
Tony entered, they stopped. Okay.
Okay. Mhm. I
Mm,
wanna
last
picture.
one. When Jackie made the offer, Nick said yes. One thing,
Mm,
the other one, okay?
mm.
All right. And that's it from this section. Now let's go to the second part. Give me just a second. This section is very interesting. So give me just a second so that I can show you my screen. Okay, so models of permission. Okay, so models of permission, we have some examples. Do you mind if I open the window? Okay, could I ask you to wait? So models of permission. Why do we use models of permission? Why do you
Mm,
think?
uh, why we are using modals?
Of permission,
Because we want something.
but we want something in a polite way, right?
Yeah.
In a soft way, something agreeable.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let's see, models of permission. Let's listen to the explanations and the examples. So number one, are you ready?
Yes.
Let me zoom in a little bit.
We use may, could, and can, plus a subject and the base form of the verb to ask for permission.
May I speak to someone at Kicks? Could I speak to someone at Kicks? Can I speak to someone at Kicks?
May is more formal than could and can. Can is the least formal.
Okay,
Mhm.
so any questions?
Mm, no.
All right, number two.
We often use please to ask for permission more politely. Please can go before the base form of the verb.
May I please speak to someone at Kicks?
Please can also go at the end of the question. When this happens, we use a comma before please.
May I speak to someone at Kicks, please?
Okay,
Mhm.
so any questions?
Mm-mm. No.
Remember, the first scenario, please can go before the base form of the verb. So this is my base form of the verb, so it goes before. Or it could be at the end, but don't forget to use the comma.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm, mhm,
All right. So number 3, are you ready?
mhm.
We usually answer questions about permission with words like yes, sure, certainly, of course, and go ahead.
Could I ask you a question? Sure.
We can use may or can in short answers about permission, but we never use could.
Could I look at the directory? Yes, of course you can.
Okay. Any
Mhm.
questions?
No, I have a comment. I heard a lot of people here that talk like this. Just if I am doing like ask no for a permission, like they respond me like this that yes you could.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
really.
that's sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
sarcasm.
Okay.
That is
So maybe
yes, that is sarcasm. For example, um, in if you say for I'm gonna give you an example really fast. Let's see, you're asking permission to use a broom.
okay.
Okay, this is
Mhm.
escoba, and
Uh-huh.
in go to a person and says, "Can I use your broom?" The person can say in a sarcastic way, "Can you?" That means
Okay.
you're capable of doing, which is
Mhm.
different. You're not asking permission.
Yeah.
So you need to
Okay.
be careful. May I use your broom? Now you're asking permission to use it.
Mm. Okay. I understand.
Okay.
Mhm.
I had, for example, one of my students, this happened about 2 years ago. We had an installation of a new equipment. What this equipment does is it inputs tubes into a plastic uh, cone,
Mhm.
and it just cramps it. It seals it. It makes two tubes on one side, and then it puts the tubes, and boom, it creates a form like a big elbow. Whatever. That's just additional information. But when the technicians remember that I'm an engineer, so I get caught up with that.
Mhm. Mhm.
So when the technicians arrived, they were adjusting the machines. Okay. And one of
Mhm.
my students mentioned that he approached the technician. Now, the technician was British. I mean, of course, he's still around, but at the time he was living in Merida because in Mexico because they were working in that project. So there was these British technicians. So my student approached the technician because he saw that he was having trouble with some tools, and then he approached him and said, "Can I help you?" And the British guy got upset. And he says,
Mm.
"I'm fine." And then my student said he got upset. I saw it on his face. He started
Mhm.
frowning. And I said, because he understood that you were making fun of him.
Okay. Mhm.
You need, I mean, it's British people. Come on. They're not that flexible in speaking. Now, uh, and I mean, maybe I'm just generalizing, but we need to be careful, especially with people that are very technical. Um, the correct form to approach the technician was, "May I help you?" That would have been a different situation. So yes, do we need to be careful in how we use modals? Yes. The answer is yes.
Okay. So it's a better way that we can use may I.
Yes, if you're asking permission to use something, that's the best way.
Okay. Now I understand. Thank you.
No problem. So number 3, now let's go number 4. You ready?
We can also use do you mind to ask permission. Expressions with do you mind are followed by if plus a sentence.
Do you mind if I look at that?
Do you mind is very polite. We do not use please with do you mind.
Because it would be too redundant.
Okay.
Do you mind is like saying in Spanish, ¿te importaría? ¿Hay algún problema? Okay. So it would be too redundant. Now, going back to the original question that you had, if they tell you, yes, you could, they're being sarcastic. But if they tell you, yes, you may, they're being humble.
Humble, like I don't understand.
I'm sorry?
Humble, like what? I don't know this word.
Oh, humble, that means
What?
humilde. Humildes, you know, humble.
Okay.
Oh, claro, o sea, úsala. That would be, yes, you may. Yes, you may. Yes, please. That's different. Okay. Okay, just clarifying that. So I was, I grew up among different types of people, you know, and I learned all of these the hard way too. So let's see. Number 5, are you ready?
We answer do you mind questions with not at all.
Do you mind if I look at that? Not at all. Have a look.
Not at all means it's okay. You can do it. If you answer yes to a question with do you mind, you mean it's not okay. You can't do it. We can also answer a do you mind question with sure or go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So remember, not at all. It's like saying, para nada. Adelante. Not at all. 6, ready?
Yes.
When we say no to a question about permission, we usually apologize and give a reason.
May I speak to someone else who kicks?
Sorry, Nick, but there's no kicks here either.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 second.
All right. So any questions?
No.
All right, let's do some work. Okay. So number 1, just a second. Okay, so models of permission number 1, complete each dialogue, click on the box and choose the correct answer. Number 1.
Could I please speak to Anthony Vega? Just a minute, please. Can my son listen, see the doctor on May 6th? Sure. Do you mind? If I call you at 8? Sorry, but I won't be in the office until 9. Could I borrow your pen for a minute? Of course you You can keep it for as long as you want. Do you mind if I change my appointment? Not at all.
Not at all.
No, at all. May, I don't. I can see. No, may, please. Oh, may I please use the phone?
Okay. 7.
Oh no. Okay. I don't know. I can see.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. Could I come in, please? Do you mind if I sit here? Sorry, but someone is already sitting here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
Awesome.
Mhm.
So you got this. All right. Now let's go. Well, that concluded models of permission. Okay. Now let's go to the last part. Give me just a second. Okay. So comparisons with as plus an adjective plus. I'm not sure if you have worked with this type of expressions or grammar before. In literature,
Mm,
when I was back in high school, we learned how to use as and how to use like. And when we use literary terms, as is the formal way to compare. Like,
oh,
when we use like, that would be the informal way.
informal.
Okay.
Okay.
So what it means here is that we're going to learn to make comparisons in a formal way. So comparisons with us as smart as, now that okay,
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I am coughing. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, no problem. So let's see.
Mhm.
Listen to the grammar expressions and examples. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Sometimes we want to talk about ways two people or things are the same. To talk about a similarity, we use as plus adjective plus as.
Maybe you can describe Jackie Baker.
She's as tall as you are.
Nick means that Jackie and the receptionist are the same height.
Okay. Any questions? So you're making a comparison. She's as tall as you are. So that means that you have the same height.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2.
Sometimes we want to talk about ways two people or things are different. To talk about a difference, we use not as plus adjective plus as.
Things aren't as bad as they seem.
Okay. So when we use the negative form, don't forget that we start with not, as plus the adjective plus us. And you can do a contraction, no problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, ready?
Yeah.
3.
When the meaning is clear, we often leave out the second part of the comparison. Dean's a good player, but is he as good as Nick?
Sure, he's just as good.
In this example, Zach means Dean is as good as Nick.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, any questions?
No,
No?
no.
Let me close this up. Let's do some work. So comparisons with as plus adjective plus s. Read the first 2 sentences, then complete the comparative sentence that explains what the first 2 sentences mean. Click on the box and choose the correct answer. So are you ready?
Yes. Talia is 25, Tony is 45. That means that Tony is isn't as young as Talia. Amy is 22, Talia 25. Talia is, Amy isn't as old as Talia.
Isn't as tall as Talia, okay?
Isn't as old
Old as Talia, I'm sorry.
as Talia, yeah.
3.
Donna is 5 feet 2 inches tall. Donna's sister is 5 feet 6 inches. This means that Donna's sister is as tall, no, is as tall as Donna. Mhm. It's freezing today. It's only 20 degrees outside, and it was 20 degrees yesterday too. It means that today is as cold as yesterday. Carol's soup is too spicy, but Buzz soup tastes fine. This means that Buzz soup, Buzz soup isn't as spicy as Carol's.
Okay. 6.
Speedy shoes are on sale. Peter wanted to buy a pair, but they don't have any more size 13 shoes. Ike bought the last part yesterday. Mm, mm, Peter feet aren't as big as Ike. I'm sorry. In 2001, soccer player Alex Chacon scored 19 goals, the most in the league. Jim Roney scored 6. This means that Ronnie isn't as good as Chacon. In 2000, the San Jose Earthquakes had the worst record in Major League Soccer. In 2001, they got a new coach and won the League Cup. This means that mm, ah, the old coach wasn't as good as the new coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. 3.
Mm.
Donna is 5 feet 2 inches tall. Donna's sister is 5 feet 6 inches tall. This
Mhm.
means that Donna's sister is as tall as Donna. Donna and her sister are not the same height. So that would be Donna's sister isn't as tall as Donna.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, isn't. Because we're only making a comparison that they're not the same height.
Mm. Okay. Uh-huh.
And 6, Speedy shoes are on sale. Peter wanted to buy a pair, but they don't have any more size 13 shoes. Ike bought the last pair yesterday. This means that Pete's feet aren't as big as Ike's. That means that Pete's feet is as big as Ike's because
Okay.
they both wanted size 13.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So, any questions?
No.
Okay. Okay, so let's work on the last assignment from the grammar section. Give me just a second. Okay, so comparisons with as plus adjective plus as number 2. So complete the paragraph with comparisons with us. Use the words in parentheses and the information in the chart. Okay, so we have a chart. We have 2 people, Roger and Henry.
Mhm.
Age, height, weight, goals scored. So that means they're soccer players. Experience and personal goal. Okay,
Okay.
so let's do it.
Roger and Henry are certainly the 2 best players on the team. But there are some important differences. Roger um, mhm. Roger isn't 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 experience, no,
As
isn't as experienced as Henry. Oh, okay. Okay.
okay.
Mhm. Um, Henry, yes, Henry. He 25. He is no. He is, yes. He is as old old as
Old.
old as as Roger.
We don't have the noun here. But okay, so if Henry is
Uh-huh.
older, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So I could just say Henry is older.
older. Nothing more.
Can we use as? Maybe not, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm. And he hasn't been on the team as long. But if we are talking about scoring goals, Roger, Roger is good. No, is as as good as Harry. I don't know if it's okay. Well, okay. Mhm. And maybe even a little better Harry. Harry told Roger.
Okay.
No, the same. Harry is as tall as Roger.
Okay.
So, okay.
Okay.
And Harry, and he, I am lost.
Okay. Look at heavy means weight. So Roger weighs 185 and
Yes.
125 Henry. So let's go. Let's go to the top. Henry, and maybe even a little better. Henry is as tall as Roger. Okay, we're talking about Henry,
Mhm.
and he
He is,
isn't.
no, yes, he isn't heavier. No, no, isn't him. No, it's without us. Isn't heavier. No, he isn't heavier because we don't have a comparison there.
Comparison. Okay, heavier like this.
Yeah, but he just doesn't move the way he did a few years ago. As I said before, Harry just Harry just is as young um, is young as Roger. Harry, no,
Well, Henry's
Harry.
31 and
Oh
Roger's
yes, Harry um, just isn't isn't as young as Roger. In competitive sports, 6 years can make a big difference. What's most important to me, though, is their team spirit. Look at their personal goals. Roger is selfish. Is what,
Roger. So this is Roger. He's a
isn't
team player. Okay.
isn't
Isn't.
selfish. Selfish. In my opinion, the better player thinks about his team, and that means that Harry just isn't as good as Roger.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, take a picture. So you see the before and then the after.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay, so you take a picture now. So 5. All right, let's see what happens. So we said older. Roger and Henry's ages are different. Roger is 6 years younger than Henry. Okay, so in few words, he's old.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the same thing here.
Yes.
But this one, Roger isn't selfish.
Mhm.
Roger and Henry's goals show that Roger is less selfish. Okay, he thinks more about the team. But how can we leave it? How can we correct? Is that a typo? Hmm. Let's look at the answers. Ah, we forgot the us.
Yes.
And actually, you were right. We could add Henry as well.
Okay. Hmm. That's fine.
Tricky, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the instruction didn't say that. Use the words in parentheses and the information in the chart. Okay. But it didn't say we could add a noun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yes, we forgot the us. Okay. Very easy
That's
to
fine.
get confused, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the same case over here.
Mm-hmm.
He isn't as old. He isn't as heavy. Okay. All right. That's why we do these exercises so that we can know how to do comparisons.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any questions?
No.
Besides being confused.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think this is a situation of confusion. We just need to practice a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at these scenarios, they give us different options. Take a picture like this,
Yes, I took a picture.
okay? So you can have here what's going on. All right. So let's see. We still got 2 minutes. Well, we got 2 minutes. But we're going to stop here. So far, Daniela, how are you feeling with everything, with all the information that we have reviewed?
Until now? You like?
Pearsoning the classes.
Oh, the classes. Well, really, I am learning a lot.
Okay.
Yes, I can learn here because I am with native people, no?
Mhm. Native.
But native. But the most, well, I spend my time with a baby, so I can practice.
Practice, right?
Uh, yes,
Unless you know baby language.
yes, exactly. So it's different, and the the goal here is I need to do this exam, the TOEFL exam, because I want to do a scholarship in another country. So
Okay.
I am very happy now, but sorry, but I need to improve more. I know that.
Yes. And
Mhm.
you will get that scholarship. I promise you. You will. As long as you
Oh, thank
and do you will be fine. Trust
oh, thank you. Yes,
me.
I hope so.
All of these practices, they're
Mhm.
they're gonna help us to be ready for the test. Not only grammatically, but also to be fast in taking the
Yeah.
because this is important.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
about making fast decisions, right?
Yes, it's true. So I was wondering, eh, I don't know when I can take this exam. I know that these classes ends on October, September,
Mhm.
and I have 1 month more for, I don't know for what it's, but they explain me that. And I don't know when I can take the exam.
Okay. To my understanding, we complete the 12 modules, and then you do practices for TOEFL.
With you?
No, it's gonna be someone else.
Okay.
The reason, and one of the reasons why I am involved in preparation for before the TOEFL exam is because you have to do scenarios. First, we need to be ready to even practice for the TOEFL because we need more vocabulary, more grammar.
Mhm.
We need more pronunciation, right?
Yeah.
So I'm helping you so you can have the knowledge so that you can now get ready to take the test. But in order to take the test, you need to practice test scenarios. And that's something different. Actually,
Mm,
remember the material that I gave you?
yeah.
That's what you're gonna be doing.
But,
Actual
mhm,
exam information.
but not with you.
Not with me, no, no.
Okay.
Not with me. That will be someone else.
It's not fair. That's
Well,
fine.
it's okay. I mean, trust me. Well, one of the reasons why I love being with students that are getting ready for the TOEFL preparation is because I do consider myself kind of native. I lived so long in Texas for many years. I consider myself as a native uh, resident, right? My family lives there, for crying out loud. All my family, I'm the only one that lives in Mexico at this moment. So I can guide you through different scenarios, different situations. For example, when you asked me about why people say could as an answer,
Mhm, mhm.
okay? Because you need to have the experience of being living in the States in order to know these answers.
Yes. Mhm,
And I love it. I love it when
mhm,
my students ask me these questions
mhm, mhm.
because
So,
a lot of things happened to me when I was growing up in Texas.
I understand. Well, I understand that it's better the way that we are doing this, but well, that's fine. I am comfortable with you, so
Oh, okay,
I,
I
yeah,
appreciate it. But
yeah.
but it doesn't mean that you have to wait until you practice the actual exam questionnaire. I shared some information to you so you can start practicing, correct?
Yeah.
So
So,
that means that you can work with me in all of these info. At the same time,
mhm,
you have this material and you can start doing some exercises and
yes.
so you can get familiar with the exam. The reason why we have so many practices for this, not only this exam, for many other, is that you're ready to take it because you know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
You're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna get anything by surprise. So that's why we do all this preparation. And yes, statistically
Mm-hmm.
speaking, when we do all of these practices, you will get the grade that you want to. We just learn
Yeah.
not to forget to use as, even if we don't use another noun for the comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't forget that
Okay.
because that will
Mm-hmm.
be some, I can guarantee you that will be maybe one question about it, but it will be there, but you will get that point,
Okay.
right?
Um, after the preparation that I need to take, that is after these classes. After that, when I can take the exam. So I know
Uh,
that I can take it online. I
yes.
know, but how it works because I don't know.
Mm, for that specific detailed information, you would have to get in touch with our academic coordinator, Daniela.
Oh, really? It's
Yeah,
not like I can do it for my own. I need to
you can do
do
it.
with.
Yeah, you can do it on your own as well. But I strongly suggest you speak to her because she's there to help you.
Mm,
Okay,
okay.
she's there to
Mm-hmm.
help you. Trust me. Um, she will tell you, okay, what are the different ways that you can take the exam.
Mm, okay. Okay. That's fine.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. I hope I answered your questions. Okay. So you have any doubts? Um, maybe I can
Mm,
approach Ruth, or I strongly suggest you do get in touch with her and just ask her. You know what? I'm curious. So when can I take the exam, or when should am I going to start getting the actual practices for the TOEFL?
yes,
And
because we end our classes on September, right? It's until September, I think so. I don't
yes,
remember.
that's correct.
Um, yeah.
The actual preparation for the TOEFL exam, that's fast. That's
It's one
actually
month
very
and,
fast.
and a half, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, because I mean, you can practice as much as you want, but
Mm,
that is not gonna take as long as we are taking right now to take these classes, right?
mm-hmm.
Because we are going over all of the vocabulary that Pearson is telling us. So this is the vocabulary that most probably will be in the exam.
Mm-mm. Okay.
We need to learn it, and this is the grammar that you're gonna be tested on. These are the scenarios you're gonna be
Mm,
listening. You need to answer fast. You need to make comparisons. You need to know the difference between the simple past, past continuous, and we know that already.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's good. That's part of the knowledge.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniela. Have a great night,
Mm, you
and
too.
I will see you tomorrow, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Tomorrow. Uh-huh.
Yes. Thank you about yesterday. I had a problem with my dog. Uh,
And they are okay?
well, the thing is, he hit himself on the head,
Mm-hmm.
and he started bleeding.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
And well, the thing is, he likes to jump, and he does that. He hits himself with the handle, the door handle, and that's so I had to take him to the vet because
Mm-hmm.
I had to take some go to a checkup,
Oh,
and they
okay.
had to clean the cot, the
Yes.
laceration and stuff. And he's here with me. He's asleep. He's just lazy. But yes,
Mm,
I had to take him because he had to wait. There's a lot of
but
pets.
but but it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's all right. Yeah, he's all right.
Okay.
But I just got scared because I saw blood on his head, and I'm like, what happened to you? Like, and my other dog is very small. I said, Toby, did you do something to Paco?
Oh,
So like,
yeah.
he did it to himself. So
Mm,
yes, I have to call the vet and make an appointment, and they have to come pick him up and wait for him. So unfortunately, they closed late. So and they haven't even.
okay.
So so I had to go pick him up, and they called me. You know what? You need to come pick him up because we're gonna close early today. So I have to go. So it's time
Okay.
for me to get there. So no, but he's doing
Okay.
fine. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, I like animals.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Daniela. But
No,
yeah, he's
that's
doing fine. He's just dandy. He's just being lazy.
okay. Okay, that's good. That's
Okay.
good news. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Daniela. Have a great night. Bye
You
bye.
too. Bye.